What up guys, today we're going over a special setting that I like to change every single year, and that is a setting that lets you control the AI. Now if you like playing modes like the starting 5, your My Career, or even the new 3-on-3 mode, Street Kings, having the ability to call backdoor cuts or pick and rolls makes the game a whole lot funner and just simply easier. But unfortunately, the button to do this is not set by default. In fact, if you hit the button, typically on Xbox it's Y, you'll just pass the ball. So let's not waste any more time so you guys can get back to that grind and see what settings we need to change that you may be interested in. Now once you load into your My Career, open up the main menu and scroll all the way over to the options menu. Then instead of going to the regular settings, we're gonna go to our controller settings. Once you get into the controller settings menu, scroll down to the passing settings section. Right in here is where you have all your controls with your passing. You have options like skip passing, icon passing, pass target profile. There's pretty much every setting here to really let you customize how you want your passing to be in game. Now let's look at the most important setting here, and that's gonna be the hold lob pass button. And here you can see that the setting is by default set to skip pass. By having it set to this, holding down the lob button will throw a skip pass. Now if we change this to cut the basket, holding down the lob button will now tell the AI to cut to the basket. Now if you don't want the AI to cut to the basket and you like the way that it already is, well, just leave it there. But you may want to take a look at a couple of other settings that may help your game out. Right underneath the main setting we were just talking about is the off-ball settings. In this section, you have call for pick and roll versus fade, and you have receiver control. For the pick and roll versus fade, you can set that to manual or you can just leave it on auto. Only changes if you know when to call the roll or when to call the fade. For some people, this may be best just set to auto. On to the receiver control. This is just like when you call a basket cut, but instead of holding down the lob button, you're gonna be holding down the bounce pass button. It's just another way for you to control the AI and determine what they do when you hold down that button. So you have a couple of options here. You have full receiver control, you have handoff or pitch pass, and you can just tell the receiver to get open. I like setting it on telling the receiver to get open because it's just easier that way for me. Now let's look at these changes in game. Holding down the lob pass will tell the player to cut to the basket. Holding down the bounce pass will tell the player to get open, and I can tell whoever's setting the pick to roll or to fade. It's set the manual. So we're pretty much good to go. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one and learned something new. I will catch you in the next one.